Hello, and welcome to my fourth and final scene analysis video, Theme and Metaphor. Today I will be discussing the themes and metaphors from the film Pulp Fiction, directed by Quentin Tarantino. The film is about hitmen Vincent Vega and Jules Winnfield, and their story is interwoven with those of their boss Marcellus Wallace, his wife Mia, the struggling boxer Butch Coolidge, and armed robbers Pumpkin and Honey Bunny. Jules and Vincent are set on a hit, but a gun misfire makes Jules believe that they have experienced divine intervention, while Vincent believes it was just a rough morning. Marcellus is stuck in a bad place, and Butch chooses to help him out of it, thus arranging his freedom from his debt to the gangster. Pumpkin and Honey Bunny make a plan to stick up a diner, looking for an easy score. A main theme of the movie Pulp Fiction centers around the concept of fate. Each character is put in a situation and forced to choose where to go. The characters that choose to leave it up to fate and choose love or altruism continue to live their lives. Butch chooses to save Marcellus and is allowed to go free. Jules saves Pumpkin and Honey Bunny, and they all walk away from the diner. Vincent saves Mia, and it appears that he is going to be safe as well, but he chooses to kill Butch and is then sentenced to death for this decision. All of the characters find themselves in difficult situations, and some, like Jules, look to find divine answers and accept God's plan. Others, like Vincent, chalk it up to bad luck and scoff at the idea of fate. Jules is consequently spared from the death that Vincent is dealt, suggesting a correlation. A central metaphor in the film is that of the gold watch. At first glance, the flashback scene with Christopher Walken and the gold watch are seemingly unnecessary and add extra time to an already busy and almost cluttered film that can be easily overlooked. The scene is, however, an important one because it lays the groundwork for the themes of the movie. Time is an important factor in all of the scenes of the film. The opening scene seems Jules and Vincent waiting to go into the room, pausing to have conversation because it isn't time yet. Later, when Vince is taking care of Mia, he stops to use the restroom and Mia overdoses on heroin. The following scene is a race against time to Lance's house to save her, where Vincent asks how long before she wakes up. Then, the scene before the gold watch scene is an exchange between Marcellus and Butch. Marcellus convinces Butch that he is past his time and too old. Butch agrees and takes Marcellus's money. The idea of desperation because of time catching up makes itself known. The gold watch scene itself is next, and it is a monologue by Christopher Walken explaining the watch being passed down through generations and ending up with Butch, the representation of time being passed down from Butch's father. The watch in the scene functions as a reminder that every moment is important. After Butch loses the watch, he loses his sense of time. Nothing is urgent anymore, and all that matters is getting the watch back. Timing is another important factor when Butch drives down the street and runs into Marcellus. Running Marcellus over and fleeing into the rapist's shop gives Butch the opportunity to save Marcellus and then be forgiven from his debt. The idea of timing is also present in the storyline of Jules and the robbers Pumpkin and Honey Bunny. Jules himself states that had Pumpkin and Honey Bunny chosen to rob the diner, thus robbing him any other day, he would not hesitate to kill them. What's different about today is the fact that he had already witnessed what he perceived to be divine intervention. Because of this, he chooses to let them go, extending their lifetimes when it seemed obvious that he was going to end them instead. The idea of bad timing seems to follow Vincent's character around no matter what storyline he is a part of. A common occurrence is that he is in the bathroom for important events, these being Mia's overdose, the start of Pumpkin and Honey Bunny's robbery, and the moments before his death, which could have been easily avoided had he not taken the time to stop in the restroom. These occurrences almost contradict Jules's completely, as he is generally in the right place at the right time, and even waits around sometimes to get the right timing. It seems as though the characters that have chosen enlightenment, or the light side, are not condemned by time, but those who have chosen to leave morals behind, such as Vincent or Butch at the beginning of his story, are made victims of time and punished for it, thus ending or altering their storylines.